On GJ, we are bullish, and potentially I see price going all the way up to this high, even further, even up to 215 potentially. But this high for sure, I see price going all the way up to this high. So now to explain this structure here, you see how we're making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. Then we made this high, then we then drop, broke structure, and we push all the way up, make a lower high, which is this zone, a lower low. Then we push all the way up, break this structure, which is this bearish structure here. So on a bearish trend, we are supposed to making lower highs and lower lows. So after we made this lower high, made this lower low, we then broke above it. So we switched structure, then we broke above it, we came back down to retest the last lower high that we made. And from there, we push all the way up to make this high. Then we drop down to make these lows, push all the way up, then came back down to make equal lows, right? So this zone is potentially a lower high zone, a higher low zone, sorry. Then we push all the way up to make highs, equal highs here. Now, boom. On my outlook last week, I said potentially we should see price go all the way up. I think we are on this candle. This was the Friday candlestick. So then I said from this zone here, potentially we should go all the way up to this high here. Now, what we did was we pushed all the way up instead to this high, which is this recent high here, right? And we started rejection off of this high. So once I see rejection of this high, I close that position. Now, why did I close that position? Because potentially on this structure that we're having now, we could see potentially price drop all the way even lower down to this zone. I'm just saying this, I'm just giving scenarios. These are scenarios. I don't think it's going to happen, but these are scenarios, right? So since we are not breaking above this structure point, right, this high, then if we want to retrace, you don't know how far price might want to retrace for. You get? Price might want to retrace down to this zone and stop and continue the bullish trend, or price might want to retrace down to this zone here and stop, push up, thereby continue the bullish trend, or price might even want to drop all the way down to this zone. Now, all those zones are going to be valid zones, right? All those zones I just point out now are going to be valid zone because they are still respecting bullish trend, right? Which is from higher highs to higher lows to higher highs, higher lows to higher highs. Since we are rejection off of this zone now, we are not able to break above this zone. And if price wants to drop all the way down to this zone, why I say it's still respecting bullish structure is this. If we drop all the way down from this zone here, potentially, right? Like I said, you don't know how far price wants to retrace for. You get? So if you see a high, a daily, especially a daily high, or that price is not breaking, if you are in longs, then for sure, you should liquidate that loss because that price is telling you that I'm not able to break this high right now. Now, we could drop all the way down to even this zone, right? Which is lower than my entry. I think my entry was around here. So what does that mean? That means potentially that my position, I will close it at break even. Now I'm just giving scenarios, right? That, okay, maybe we drop all the way down to this zone. Now, if we drop all the way down to this zone and we start pushing all the way up to push all the way up to make highs here, it's still bullish structure. Why did I say so? If you look at the structure, boom, this is still a high. So this is still this is a low, sorry, then this is a high, this is a higher low, this is a higher high. Then we'll count this now as a higher low. Because why? Because this structure here, from this zone here, right? From this zone, we did not make a higher high. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. We did not make a higher high from this zone here, from down here, which we thought, okay, potentially this zone could be a higher low, right? From this higher low, we didn't make a higher high. So price is still trading within that bullish structure, right? So that zone will be valid. So that's why, since I saw that we are not breaking above that zone and I can't tell how low price is going to retrace to, that's why I liquidated that position at that high. I see price dropping all the way down to this zone here, which is this horizontal ray that you see me mark here. I'm not saying, yeah, for sure, this is the zone that price is going to make a higher low from. All I'm just saying is that potentially that price could use this zone as a higher low zone. So we could drop all the way down to this zone. And from this zone, will then push all the way up to here. So now what we are doing is we just wait for price to be done with these retracements, because all this is that they are going to that is going to happen right now, or is happening right now, is just retracement in the bullish trend, because in the bullish trend they are going to have retracement, which are those from a higher high zone to a potential higher low zone. You get, so those zones are higher low zone. So we just wait for price to be done with that retracement. Now, if you even go all the way down to the 2 hour time frame, this horizontal ray that I have also matches this support zone here. Almost matches the support zone. Yeah, which is this zone here, right? Which is all this zone. You can see how price has been rejecting off of this zone. Even at this zone here, rejected off of it, rejected off of it. So yeah, we could potentially see price drop all the way down to this zone. And once you reject this zone, right, we get a candlestick that reject off of this zone, then you enter longs, and then you should then potentially target these highs here, 214. I see price going to 214. Even though we are hesitating now, I see price going all the way to 214. Now, we could even go lower than this, right? Because you don't know how low price wants to drop to. You don't know how low the retracement wants to go, right? So what I'm going to say is you just wait for a double bottom or an inverted head and shoulder. Those two signs, if you get them, then for sure that is price telling you that I want to use this zone as a higher low zone. Now when I take a double bottom, something like this, like you see how we made a double bottom here, boom. So this was the first bottom, this was the second bottom. You see, from this zone we push all the way up to this high. You see, so this is a double bottom. Now what I mean by head, inverted head and shoulder, is this from this structure here. If you look at this structure here, boom, so an inverted head and shoulder, left shoulder push all the way up, drop down to make a head, push all the way up, then this is now the right shoulder. You get, so if you get any of those, a double bottom or an inverted head and shoulder, then for sure on the 2 hour time frame, right? What I'm saying, on the 2 hour time frame, it wouldn't be on the daily time frame, it would be on the 2 hour time frame. So look for one of these signs, or one of these reversal patterns on the 2 hour time frame that will tell you that okay, price wants to use a particular zone as a new higher low zone for which to continue all the way up, and your target should be 214. But I see price coming all the way down to this zone and using this zone here. If you reject off of this zone, then yeah, for sure I'm going to enter longs. If I see that price rejected off of this zone where I get a 2 hour candle close, for sure I'm entering longs and I'm targeting this high here. So you just have to understand and be aware of certain signs that the market will give you. You get, and you just have to understand market structure very, very well. And when you understand market structure, you can then move your way around on price and know when to enter, when to exit. Yeah. So like, just to reiterate what I just said, you can see how we are just rejection off of this zone, right? You see, once I saw this rejection, I think I closed that position on the Wednesday. I saw price just failing to break above this zone, And this is a daily high. You get me? So that's telling me that okay, price is not ready to go above this high right now. So that's why I liquidated that position. We just wait for price to be done with this retracement and for price to make a higher low to give us a sign that okay, a zone that it wants to use as a higher low zone, and from that higher low zone, we enter longs. Now on the daily time frame, the only time the bullish structure is going to be invalidated, right, is when we drop all the way below this zone, because now this zone is the last higher low zone that price made. So I'm just saying, if you see price drop below this zone, then for sure it has invalidated this bullish trend, right? So yeah, that's it for this Outlook video. So I just discovered something now on GG, right? Now, if we look at this structure here on the daily time frame, something I just discovered on daily time frame is that after we made this double top here, right, then we then broke below even past the last higher low price made, which is now telling us that we are now bearish, right? We switch structure. We push all the way up to make this lower high. Now, this lower high, we didn't get in a proper lower low. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. On the daily time frame, we didn't get a proper lower low. So we just push all the way up, but we didn't get a proper lower low. What I mean by a proper lower low is like a candlestick that closed below past the last lower low that we made. You get? So we didn't get a candlestick that drop all the way down, right, and close below this zone here, which is this low here. Like what I mean is we are supposed to get, normally we are supposed to get a candlestick that drop all the way down like this, right, and close below this zone here. What will I use to draw it? Below this zone here. Boom. So a candle closure, a candlestick closure, that's what we needed for this to be accounted as a lower low, right? You see, when I was just explaining right now that we needed the proper high, which is a higher high, that means a candlestick that close above. You get? So since we are not closing below, mm, you get, it's kind of iffy. So what I would say is just chill on the longs for now. Just chill on longs. No longs, no longs. Because why I say no, you should chill on longs is potentially from this zone, this might be a lower high zone for price to drop. You get? Yeah, this might be a lower high zone. That is why we are seeing a double top here. So this might be okay. We drop down, then we push all the way up, then we make it a lower high around the zone, and from this lower high we might drop to make a new lower low. So yeah, for sure, just chill on the longs. Chill on longs for now. I mean, we've gotten a little bit of profit from the longs, which is not bad. Okay, to be fair, it's not bad. But just chill on the longs for now, because like just like what I just said now, we didn't get a proper lower low. So this might just be just straight. One just straight, like if I'm to explain this for you, right? This here might just be just lows. So this might just be from this zone, we just drop all the way down to make a low. So this might be a low. So all these might just be counter trendy, right? For we potentially from this zone now, for which to drop to equal lows. You get? So yeah, for sure, just chill on the longs. For sure, chill on the longs. I don't think we're gonna go for now. I don't think we're gonna go bullish for now. Just wait for price to give us like clear structure before you enter. I think I'm going to make another video during the week, just so I can give you an update on where I think the trend is currently. So for now, just chill on the longs. Chill, yeah.